What you doing, other nerds? I'm the AC, and I'm going to talk about the 100, Season 7, Episode 4, Hesperides. Now, non-spoiler review for all of you who haven't seen it yet. This episode really takes it up a notch compared to the previous three. The other three seem kind of slow. A lot of stuff happens, and it's getting prepped for even more stuff to happen. Okay, now, go watch the episode because I'm going to talk about the stuff that happens. First, before I do that, though, I want to talk about the name of the episode, Hesperides. To me, now I might miss some stuff. I feel like this name isn't as relevant for this episode. Here's why. So, Hesperides is the three women that have a garden. Okay, I get that reference. It's supposed to be Diosa, Octavia, and Hope. I feel like that would have been a better name for the second episode, the one that was titled Garden, and then this one could have been Garden, the Garden. But yeah, it's just randomly they find a rock that has an H marked on it, and then it's like, oh no, that's supposed to stand for Hesperides. That's kind of it for this episode. But yeah, Hesperides is supposed to be these three women tending a garden. That would have been great for the second episode, because that's kind of all what that was about. The garden could have been this episode, because they're doing a whole nother 5 years living here, and I feel like they show the garden more in this episode than the other one. So I don't know. It's a cool name. It's kind of a random reference for this episode. It would make more sense. That's the only thing I'm getting at. Let's actually talk about what happens. So this episode starts off with a long, touching montage right after Octavia and Diosa disappear and Hope is left all alone. It definitely is touching. It's a little sad, but then it's a little nice because it shows how she meets Dev and their time learning how to throw a knife together. Actually, that's most of what happens, but it shows how this connection she had with Dev, and even though it was quick, it also seemed to drag on. I DVR the episode so I can watch it later that night because I'm busy and I don't want to accidentally miss it. Whenever I started watching it, I thought my recording messed up because it just drops right in and it goes for a while. I was like, oh, did I miss something? And then after the montage is over, the title screen comes up. I was like, whew, man, what a roller coaster of emotions that was to just get dropped right in. It was good. It was a good beginning. It was nice to kind of fill in this blank without having to go into it too much. Now, the other thing that's happening, you know what? I'm not going to get to what's happening in Sanctum. Let's just talk about what Hope, Echo, and Gabriel, is that it? Yeah, what those three are doing. So, last we see Orlando, who I learned his name in this episode. I don't know if they said it in the previous episode. Just finished smashing the thing. They're mad at him. But Hope is like, okay, she saw the time on his arm. It's like, we got 5 years to figure out what we're going to do and train and all this stuff. So they're also like, Orlando is like a level 12 disciple. So that's apparently a pretty good thing for them if they can use them. So they're trying to get on his good side so he will help them, and it takes a little time. They're there for a few months before I think their first encounter with him again. Just invite him to the garden. Eventually they trick him, making it seem like Hope's drowning. Long story short, in this case also they get him on their team, and then this is where probably the most interesting part of the episode for me is when Orlando starts talking about his religion kind of deal. So on Bardo, there's the shepherd is, I guess, what their deity, higher power, whatever it's called. Yeah, it's another weird thing that seems very culty, and the way he talks about it seems very culty, but he still believes in it. And it's just, why? I don't understand people's thinking on this. I'm not going to go on it too far because people have their beliefs. I'll respect that and let them do that. In a show though, it's like I don't know. And like Gabriel talks to him a little bit. He tells him he knows what it's like to be a false god because he kind of was one, and I think it shapes his Orlando's thinking about Shepard a little bit because Gabriel's like, would your god Shepard condone all this stuff that's happening to you? He's like, no, people are the ones who condone this and do this. Whether you believe in Shepard or not, ultimately he's not the one doing this, people are. And I was like, this is great. And it's like, that's pretty much wraps up religion. People, I'm not going to get in a religious debate, but it's like people are doing this, whatever you believe in is not. Maybe they're doing it because what they believe in, but ultimately they're the ones doing it. I love that little speech Gabriel gives to Orlando. And then the rest of the 5 years pass. Just like that. It's weird. Everyone cut their hair. And, which, I don't know. I guess they actually look fine with it. And then their time for Orlando to get brought back comes. They have him tied up. People come to, I guess, take him. But then they realize it's a trap right away. Can't do anything about it. They attack. Orlando didn't want anyone to die. But Echo decided they needed to because even though they're friends with him, they're not the same kind of people, and Orlando's beliefs aren't going to change. That's pretty much where that ends. Now, let's talk about what's happening in the Sanctum. So, they found one of the invisible people. They're trying to figure out the gear. While they're doing that, more invisible people come, say they want Clark to come with them. They have their friends. Okay, that whole spiel. Raven discovers the invisible people's helmet can just see everything, apparently. I don't know. But it can see where the anomalies or the wormholes connect to different planets. It's getting real sci-fi and weird. Okay, I'm not that crazy about that part of it. I was more interested in what's going to happen with Shade Hedda. They didn't show any of that. This episode is focused on this. So, Clark goes, because she believes all this stuff. Raven realizes Clark is their target, whether that's a good or bad thing. Maybe they actually did want to bring her in, maybe they're going to kill her. Who knows? But she goes to Clark's rescue. Everyone's held at gunpoint because they keep forgetting these people are invisible. So they go in thinking they're going to pull something on them. Then they get something pulled on themselves. Raven shows up, saves them. Has another, I kill people kind of thing. Which, at this point, it seems weird that you're still dealing with this stuff, I guess. I guess Raven never directly killed anybody. If I think about it, I don't remember. But it's weird. And then they figure out how to work the anomaly, and they decide they're going to go look for the friends. But one of the people tell them that it's already been 5 years where the friends are, and they killed even more of their people, which they're mad about. But it's like you took some of their people. It's this weird thing. It's like, yeah, we took your people, and then you killed us afterwards, but the blame's still on you. It's weird. But, yeah, it tells them all this stuff happened, and then apparently Orlando killed himself because he was alone again, left a note. And then it was like, so all this stuff, it's like, did Echo, Gabriel, and Hope must have went to the anomaly that night that Clark is taken. So, man, how did they get that information that fast? Yeah, 5 years passed that fast. But if they were there the whole time, that would have been like, what, a minute? This time stuff is really weird. I'm not always crazy about looking at time stuff, so I don't know. But Clark, Miller, Nyla, Jordan, and Raven are off through the anomaly to try to find their friends and bring them back. I don't know what they expect to do, because they have no idea where they're actually going and what they're getting themselves into, because they killed everyone who could have gave them answers, of course. But the guy also brought up like the last war humanity ever faced. Don't know what side he's on. There's a lot of mysteries still out there. But Guy was supposed to stay behind, take care of everything that's going on. She gets taken by one of the invisible people. Also, I keep saying invisible. They're called disciples. I like invisible people because they're invisible and they keep forgetting that. Didn't show what she ends up, but it shows everyone else ends up on some frozen planet. And they have to find another of the anomaly spear things to go to the next planet. I guess they're going on an adventure. I don't know, but things are getting really exciting, especially for what's going to happen next, because a lot of the core group is gone now. Now we have, I guess Murphy's going to have to lead everyone. Who's left? There's Murphy, Amori, Indra. Yeah, there's not many people left, and now Shadeheada and Russell's body is going. It looks like he's going to be taking over. And then, not even that, time's going to get real screwy. Because when all these people are coming back, they're going to be years older. And it's, oh man. I'm looking forward to see how they do this. I'm also glad that they're not dragging this out. I was worried they're going to drag out and then take the last few episodes to try to wrap everything together. Nope, they just jumped right in at this episode and it's great. But let me know what you think. Have you seen this latest episode of The 100? Let me know in the comments. But if you like what I have to say about this video, go ahead and like the video. If you want to see me talk more about The 100 and all kinds of other stuff, go and subscribe to my channel. You can see when I do all of that. But until then, thank you for watching. I'm the AC, and